What's going on, guys? Round8 Games here with more Lies of P, the demo that's just come out. And yeah, welcome back. Like I said at the end of the last episode, make our way over to Hotel Crack to do some upgrading. I just thought I'd point something out, which is again a very nice sort of quality of life feature, is that the ergo fragments we have, it tells you the value of each one. And then when you use it, it also tells you the value of the total if you use more than one, which is just a nice feature. Not going to use our boss ergo fragment at the moment.
I'll use my power.
But that gives us loads of ergo to upgrade our stats.
You must be so...
Oh, I know my way around weapons. If any of your weapons, I know my way around a weapon.
So we're just going to upgrade our starting weapon. And something that is a little bit confusing is the amount of resources you've got is on the left, and the resources required are on the right. So it's a little bit different to the way a lot of games set it out. But you don't have many resources in the demo to upgrade one weapon too much, but it does leave you with enough resources to spend towards another weapon as well, which is quite useful. But something else in the upgrade shop is something that we don't really get to experiment with in the demo, but you can alter your handle, so you can sort of tune the sort of scaling effects of it, which is quite interesting, similar to how you could have different infusions for different weapons in Dark Souls. And this is the weapon assembly that I was talking about. So I'm going to show off something that a lot of people have recommended online by using the electric coil head and the rapier's handle. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Gives you the moveset of the rapier with an electric weapon, and it gives us the ability to increase our electric attack for a short time, but also have a parry ability, which is quite cool. And you can assemble the weapon, and because those weapon parts are already together, it just gives you a little bit of warning. But you can see all the weapons we have here, which is quite handy. It lays them all out for you. But yeah, as you can see, it's quite cool. That's the light attacks, and the charge heavy attack is a dash forward, 3 jabs. The uncharged heavy attack is just a stab and dodge back, and then the running heavy is a little double jab. So it's quite a cool combination, this one. You do have to get quite close to the enemies that you're attacking, but I think because of how quick it is as well, it sort of fits into a bit more of an aggressive playstyle. But again, it's not the most durable weapon, so I think the durability of your weapon is mainly dictated by the blades rather than the handle. But I'm not entirely sure on that one. I'll have a quick look actually on the stats page to see if there's a little indicator of that. So yeah, there is a weapon durability on the weapon head page there. So the durability is 80 for this one. Let's see quickly how the other weapons compare. So the starting sword that we were using is 123. Seems like the other weapons aren't actually that durable either. I don't know if durability goes up when you upgrade weapons actually. Not quite sure what happened there, but it seems like the grappling hook attack isn't the most accurate against moving targets. Yeah, not quite sure where the dog was going, but you can see how those environmental traps, these sort of mine dummies, can actually be very good at doing damage to your enemies. So I'll just point out is there does seem to be like a lot of areas like this where they're just sort of blocked off with a cart, and the levels almost look a lot bigger than they actually are. But yeah, like I said, the levels are actually very linear. You can see as well, I forgot to mention at the end of the last episode, by defeating that human enemy, we actually got another heal slot, which is quite cool. But again, because the pop-ups on the screen go away very quickly, it can be quite difficult to see those things and easy to miss them. We got another note here. Again, not going to take too much time to read over all of this, and we'll worry about it more when the full game comes out. Quite a sad note there. Not quite sure who sort of posted it. I didn't mean to heal there. I meant to sharpen my weapon. So that's the L1 and triangle, or LB and Y ability there. Again, you can see it has got quite a specific timing to it. See, that is a very powerful ability. Whiffed quite a lot of them there and messed up quite a few of our blocks as well.
No survivors here. What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
So that's something that I quite like, is we just picked up that baby doll, and Gemini sort of pipes up and lets us know that it is actually related to a side quest. So it's a nice little reminder, because I do find in a lot of games like this it can be difficult to track all of your side quests. Make sure you don't skip anything, so it definitely helps with that. You might notice quite a lot of pop-in, but I assume that's more to do with the fact that this is just a demo. I assume a lot of it will be improved and fixed in the main release of the game. So those purification ampoules are basically just like status effect cleansers. So the shock effect that pops up when we trip one of those mines can be cleared by using that.
You found her, kind one. I could sense her from miles away. Oh, my sweet Elena. Please let me hold her. There, my baby. I missed you so much. What do you think? Isn't my baby adorable?
So here we've got another speech option. Just going to pick She's a Cute Baby because that's what I picked last time, and we get some rewards as well for it.
That's right, kind one. You've granted me my only wish. My sweet Elena. We're going to be happy now. Thank you so much, kind one. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
So again, we have that sort of red aura, and yeah, your springs react. So I don't know if that ties into morality system and lying again, but considering this note here, I don't think it's the best idea to give her a real baby. If that is an option, I don't know. It's not, doesn't seem to be available in the demo. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to make of the game so far. It is good that they released a demo. Like I said, the combat's really satisfying and works really well. But I think it just needs a bit of tightening up, and I think in some ways it's a little bit too unforgiving. But obviously this is things they can work on before release. Something here as well. This is something that makes me feel like there's going to be more organic type targets in the game, especially with some of the stuff we've seen in the trailer. Looks like there's some more plant-based enemies. But you can see this shock damage does tend to do pretty good against these robotic puppet enemies. Taking a lot more damage than I wanted to there. You see that big enemy does respawn. Probably quite a good Ergo farm or Souls farm, whatever you want to call it, at this point in the game. That was really satisfying, getting all those perfect blocks. So yeah, like when it works really well, and when it works really well, it feels really good. I just think it just needs a bit more tightening up and just a little bit more forgiving, because I think in some ways the enemies are just a little bit too aggressive to sort of tie into the mechanics that the game gives you. But yeah, it might just be a case of getting good. But yeah, I do feel like it's just a little bit too punishing, and there aren't doesn't seem to be enough ways to help deal with multiple enemies as well at the moment. But here we've got another amulet, increased stamina and recovery speeds, and yeah, basically the grass crest shield or the turtle shield in Elden Ring that we've been using for that playthrough. And yeah, here's a really cool feature. I'm not sure if online co-op is going to be part of the game, but they have these fountains that you can use star fragments to call in like a phantom, and that'll be like a co-op partner. But through those doors, that's a good sign as well that there's a boss coming up. Through those doors is going to be the last boss of the demo, and he actually does electrical damage, so I assume this weapon isn't actually going to be the best thing for him. So I'm quickly going to rest at the previous Stargazer, switch back to our previous weapon, and I'll meet you guys back here, just so we're as prepped up as we can be to face this boss. So yeah, welcome back guys. You can actually run past all the enemies, and it seems, I don't know if it's going to be the same for all the bosses, but it seems that when you get outside the boss room, they all sort of turn around and walk the other way. So that's quite a handy feature, because then you don't need to worry about using the fountain or picking up your ergo fragments and still getting attacked by enemies. So it seems there's like a no-go barrier for enemies, which if that's the case for all the enemy boss rooms, that's quite a handy feature, I think. But yeah, you can see at this fountain we can use our star fragments to summon a phantom, or a spectre they call it. It's basically an AI co-op partner. Really cool boss this one. I really like the intro cutscene. Very difficult fight though. At least I found it very difficult first time I played through. It might go a little bit better this time. Although the reach for the heavy weapon certainly came in handy for this fight. Loads of atmosphere, really cool. But you can see our spectre here, and they will eventually get his attention. But yeah, really cool looking boss, as you can see. There you can see they've got his attention. We're trying to attack the bit on the back of him, because that seems to be a weak spot. So you can see we did quite a bit of damage there. So you can see we activated the stagger state by using our weapon ability. But when he gets to half health, he will enter phase 2 by doing that big electrical explosion. And at this point in the fight, our Spectre companion doesn't seem to be much help. Obviously, good distraction. That's a very brutal attack. You do not want to get hit by it. It will take about half your health. It's got not a great telegraph to it either. Messed up the clock there again. I thought that was a normal attack. But yeah, you can see it does a lot of damage. It's messed up our perfect block. So, boss 1, us 0 at the moment. But I'll come back and see you guys back here, and hopefully we'll do a bit better next time. finally managed to do it. Did take me quite a few attempts off screen there. Yeah, really cool boss battle. Just go through over some of the stuff we unlocked there. Obviously the Spectre disappears after the fight. But yeah, we got his boss ergo. And again, it says a treasure hunter may want this rare ergo, so definitely going to save it in the main game. Got another P-Organ ability activation part. Also got an overcharged storage battery, which is a Legion arm core part, so that will go towards creating ourselves another arm, which I'll show off shortly. Then we also got our P-Organ, which I'll show off now as well. So that technically is sort of the end of the demo. If you come back here, there's nothing really to see. So here's just a note about the next area. That will be visited in the main game. That's if things aren't changed up, obviously. Yeah, if you come around here...
Whew, I think we're done here, pal. Back to the hotel.
And the gate's locked as well. So if we go into our equipment, use the pocket watch, and we can go back to the hotel.
You saved Geppetto. Wonderful. He is on the second floor. He can hardly wait to see you.
So yeah, if we come to the second floor, we'll be able to meet up with our master, or our maker rather. And he'll introduce us to the P-Organ that we just picked up for completing that fight.
Ah, you've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me. Even when I ask you to do something dangerous. Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond Elysian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Vanini, went to stop them, but he never came back. Please, go save him and shut down the factory. P-Organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need. Remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy to me.
So yeah, that is actually the end of the demo, but there are a few extra things for us to check out, which is cool, and you're allowed to sort of carry on playing in the areas that we've unlocked as much as you like. So you can come over here and activate the P-Organ. Seems like quite a complicated, well, not very complicated, but yeah, it's not the simplest upgrade system. So by getting quartz, you can equip them to different slots. So each time one of these, both, so it's got an empty slot 1 and empty slot 2. If you get both of these slots upgraded with quartz, then you'll get another point that along this line here that'll help you make your way over to the phase 2, and I assume again phase 3, phase 4, all the way to phase 5. Yeah, it's not. I think it looks. In a pre-release video they showed off, it looked like you need to get 2 of these in order to make it over to phase 2, and I assume you'll need more of each sort of unlocked node to get to the next phase. But in each slot you have a choice of which upgrades. So you can see a lot of these are to do with fatal attacks and afflicting groggy status, which allows people to be staggered for a critical attack in that slot. And it's the same here. So it seems like it's just a way of sort of fine-tuning your build and really sort of investing in particular aspects. But you do have different categories as well. For a split second I thought each node was different, but it's not. In each node you have different categories. So you've got guard recovery, which is to do with the amount of health you can get back. So yeah, it's just totally up to you where you want to go. And then if you get both, if you put a slot in both these slots as well, you'll unlock the perk that it says in the window. So it'll be increased pulse cells, so increase your heals, be able to get an extra dodge, increase the maximum number of fable slots. So I'll just show off the heals quickly. So it'll increase the groggy duration. And you can increase the amount of ergo you get for defeating enemies. So you can see we've got a point here, and we should have an extra heal as well. So you can see we've got 5 heals. So there seems to be more than one way to upgrade heals, which is pretty cool. One of the other things that we've got left to show off is to do with the material we got for defeating that boss.
I picked up. Why don't we, Mr. Vigneault? The puppets get
So by bringing that over here,
I heard he went.
We can unlock another Legion arm.
I know my way around.
But unfortunately, there's no way to change it here. So I'll go over to another area and meet you over there. Again, quality of life things that need to be fixed for the main release of the game. But I'll go over to another area and I'll show you off the other arm. So yeah, I forgot to show off the fact that there is actually another Stargazer after defeating the boss. It's similar to Dark Souls, where bonfires spawn when you defeat a boss. But we changed over to the other arm here, and you can see it does electric damage. So you can just activate it quickly, or you can charge it up, and it will eventually discharge by itself, and have a slightly wider area. See if I can see the upgrades for it as well. So yeah, you can see the upgrades as well for it. You can just do a quick attack or charge it up. Seems to do pretty good damage, and the fact that it has an area of effect means it might be good for small groups of enemies if you can get the attack out. But that will wrap this episode up. This will be the last episode of this short little series. I'm not entirely sure if I'll cover this game on the channel when it fully releases. It depends on how much it gets improved between now and release, because like I said, I think there's just a few things that need tightening up a little bit for me to warrant spending the money on it. But I thought I'd show it off because it is a very atmospheric game, and I think if you click with it, you will really enjoy your time with it. So I'd definitely recommend checking out the demo. We've also got quite a few games coming up that I'd like to play and have on the channel, mainly Armored Core 6. Really excited for that, really big fan of the Armored Core series. Hopefully you guys have checked out the Armored Core 4 and Armored Core 4 Answer playthroughs we've got on the channel. But obviously we've also got Elden Ring and Atomic Heart, and I don't really want to have more than one Souls-like game on the channel at once, just because it is quite a niche subject. it's quite a niche genre rather, and the videos can take quite a long time to make, just because of how, you know, they're quite difficult games. So I don't know if we will actually have time to cover this game on the channel, but I hope we get around to it at some point if it's worth playing on the full release. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this little look at Lies of P. Highly recommend checking out the demo. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next series.